you're calling or checking in from. It's me, Kev from Kevin's Corner. Now, I'm sorry I'm a couple minutes late, but unfortunately, hold on. Yeah, unfortunately, I was chatting with YouTube to try to figure out what's going on with my flip screen and to see if they were able to tell me how to get it done. So I'm looking at it and I don't see anybody in the chat yet. So when y'all start chiming in, let me know if y'all are looking at the words backwards or they're the right way. See, because the kid probably who was chatting with me on YouTube, because that's probably who they all are. They're probably like 9 or 20. They had to escalate it. Let's flip backwards again. See, that's what I mean, y'all. That's what I mean. Oh boy, yeah. You know what? I'm gonna have to escalate it. This right here is a little beyond my scope. I'm gonna have to. That's what I was hearing, and I know I flipped it in my phone. That's what's tripping me out, y'all. I don't know what's going on with it, but apparently they're looking into it. They're doing some troubleshooting. If after tonight, I probably am going to use my backup phone because maybe it'll work that way. Now, if it's switched with the backup phone, then I know something is really going on. I know something really going on. So I got a backup phone. So the next time I go live, I'm gonna use my backup phone and see if it goes back to the way it was. Remember back in the good old days where, it was, you could see it and read it. Those were great days. It was only like 3 or 4 days ago. So bear with me. I did my best. I exhausted all of my resources. The young person chatting with me tapped out and sent me an email escalating it up the chain of command or whatever. I don't know. All right. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get started anyway, because, the show must go on, right? Show must go on. One monkey don't stop no show. And I'm assuming y'all can hear me. So let's go. Oh, yeah. Say what? Like real Godzilla, real Godzilla, real Godzilla. Just some jeans in the building. Gorillas in here, gorillas in here, gorillas in here, gorillas in here. Yeah, man. So don't forget, check out Kevin's Corner store. Now, if this is your first time checking out the show, make sure you hit the like button, share my videos, follow me on all the other social media platforms, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you set your notifications on to all, because if you don't, you probably won't get a notification. I noticed they've been powering down my reach lately. See, even with the live chat. Some days we be sitting at 600 plus people. One time we got up to some in the thousands. Then next thing you know, you're looking at 150 people, 200, 250. And they always make sure that the views always power down right around 2100. Isn't that odd? All of the videos just seem to stop right there at 2100, somewhere around there. It's very interesting. I don't want to accuse them of anything, but at some point, you got to raise an eyebrow. Now, with that being said, things are changing, y'all. Yeah, that's right, man. Things are changing. And my screen is flipped. So I'm going to go ahead and read this number off to y'all. The number is 330-974-4607. If you text MAGA to that number, then just this way, if they do more than just flip my screen and try to get rid of me, we'll at least be able to connect. So now let's go ahead and get busy, because it's Friday night. We might as well have a little fun. And like I was saying, things are changing, man. But unfortunately, everybody didn't get the memo. Now, the other day, y'all heard that the man chicken came down to visit Donald Trump because things are changing. There's a new boss. There's a new boss. And he came down to cluck. And it's hard to understand man chicken. It's hard to understand man chicken. But I think it went something like, please don't hit us with these 25% tariffs. What else do I need to do? We're ready to work with you, Mr. President. I think that's what it was. But nonetheless, he came down and he met with Trump. Now, see, the sad part about it is the man chicken need to really be looking at what's going on up in Canada. Okay. Now he's faked the funk recently and tried to pretend he was now going to be hard on immigration, even in his own country, after letting it get bad. He's kind of like the Democrats were. Gonna flip it when his popularity drops and when, selection time, all of a sudden, we want to make sure folks ain't coming into to the country anymore. But there's some other issues that is going on in Canada that I'm a little concerned about. Now, I know Canada's not my country. I don't own Canada. But if Canada was smart and Trudeau was smart, which he's not, he's the man chicken. He got a chicken brain, man. He got a chicken brain. He would look at the movement that's going on here in the U.S., and the changes that are taking place, and in other countries as well. People are fed up with all of this woke garbage. See, the right leadership and the right attitude amongst the people could go ahead and challenge some of this stupid ideology that's trying to seep into our culture. So now we got wokeness on the run. And I think it ran up to Canada. So check it out. Canada didn't get the message yet. They didn't get the message. Yeah, everything's different now, Canada.
We've got to start with this extraordinary story, and I promise you, we are not making this up. A Canadian town has been fined $10,000 for refusing to celebrate Pride Month. And the town's councillors who voted against Pride Month have been ordered to undergo human rights training.
Did you hear that? So apparently the man chicken didn't get the message up there. You mean to tell me this town in Ontario refused to celebrate Pride Month and they got fined $10,000 and then they got to go through, a camp, I guess, to kind of reprogram their brain to think like chicken. See, they want everybody thinking like a chicken up there. So this is going on in a so-called free country, right? Now, what I'm a little concerned about is, did the man chicken talk to Trump about all of this garbage? See, that sounds like real tyranny and oppression going on up there. I think something needs to change up in Canada. They're not big on freedom of speech, things like that, things that we value. So apparently these folks didn't feel like celebrating Pride Month and they got fined and they got to go through reconditioning. Let's see what else is going on. Here we go.
The saga began when a gay rights group asked the Emo Council, that's the name of the town, not a descriptor of the council, they asked the Emo Council in Ontario to proclaim June as Pride Month and to fly a pride flag. Now
notice that, guys. And this is the problem with the Rainbow Mafia. They don't want just regular rights. They want additional rights. They like to bully and muscle themselves into acceptance. And that's not cool. That is not cool. You don't need to force somebody to love you because that's not true love. See, real love. Yeah. I'm looking for a real love. See, but when you show up talking about we're just asking for you to maybe go ahead and celebrate Pride Month, but we're really not asking, because if you say no, then what are we going to do? Act a fool. So this is what turns folks off. See, nobody wants to be subjected to a group of people who think they're privileged now, but at the same time think they're victims. See, that's the oxymoron about what has happened right now in this cancel culture and this woke ideology. They think that they're victims, but yet privileged at the same time. So what happened to these people who said we choose not to? Thank you for the invitation, but we humbly have to refuse.
Ask the council to agree that sexual orientations and diverse gender identities should be celebrated. Well, the council voted 3-2 against the motion.
Oh, a democracy? That's what that is? It's democracy. I thought it all comes down to the folks being able to choose what they want to do and all of that. So they voted. Okay. And what happened?
The mayor, during the break, observed that flags aren't flown for straight people, so he didn't see why they should be flown for gay people.
Good point. And somebody noticed that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I got to keep explaining this. YouTube got something twisted in their wires or something. And it keeps flipping my live stream, and they claim they're doing some troubleshooting to figure it out, and it's bothering me. But we're going to get through it. We'll get through it. We've been through worse, y'all. We've been through worse. So now, with that being said, these people really did not ask and give these people a choice whether they wanted to be celebrated or celebrating Pride Month or not. It wasn't really like, it was one of them things like your parents. I think you need to go to your room. Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know what you think. No, I don't think you understand. That wasn't like me asking you or just stating what I think you should do. What I'm saying is, if I was you, I'd go to my room, which is basically go to your room. So these folks came in there, said that they need to be celebrating Pride Month. And he said, well, why should we celebrate these people? Straight people don't get celebrated. Now, that's equality, everybody. See, that's the truth. You're not being persecuted, but you're not being celebrated. And God forbid you force us to celebrate you. Haven't they realized what just took place in America? See, that man chicken needs to go out. He can't fly because, chickens can't fly. But, he needs to go ahead and take that beak and look and see what's going on over here in America and say, wow, those people rejected woke ideology over there. And most likely the folks in Canada is fed up with it as well. And then if you notice across the globe, most countries got a whole bunch of people that's going, we don't like it either. Nobody likes it, man, because you end up creating a group of people running around like the LGBTQ, the XZ3 negative / groups of people who takes advantage of that. All because woke politicians backed them up, which this is what just happened here. So these folks thought they were getting a chance to vote on something.
Well, the gay rights group took exception to this and went straight to the Ontario Human Rights Tribunal. And get this, it resulted in a 5-day hearing, paid for, of course, by taxpayers. Here's the result of the hearing.
Wait a minute. So they were entitled, excuse me, they're over there, they won't celebrate us. And that's right, something needs to happen to them. Tell us right now what's going to happen to them. So let's see what happened to them. So they had to go through a whole trial over this.
In a decision handed down last week, the Human Rights Tribunal of Ontario ruled that EMO, its mayor, and 2 of its councillors had violated the Ontario Human Rights Code by refusing to proclaim June as Pride Month.
See, now, that's why I'm never moving to Canada. All of these woke folk who swear up and down, I'm leaving and stuff because Donald Trump won't go somewhere to whereas when you disagree with whatever they got going on over there, all they got to do is go tap somebody on the shoulder at the human rights, whatever majigger they done set up, which is basically the humans woke organization. Yeah, the woke police. Yeah, they could just come in and basically charge you with something here. So they violated the human rights code. Now, who gives these people the right to determine this? This is new. This ain't like, something that is in the bone for centuries and stuff. The LGBTQ community just popped on the scene like yesterday. And they've been supported by all of these woke politicians and stuff like that. And now they feel emboldened to be supported and cheered on. Now, in the U.S., since we vomited up wokeness, a lot of these politicians now over here is starting to make a change. They're like, I'm gonna make a change since we got our butts whooped. That's why they're making the change. But up there, they feel these people who just got on the scene can complain and they just build this into human rights. This don't go back to like slavery. This don't go back to a part in our history where you can see, well, during the 40s, there was a huge, attack on gay and lesbian people. They were just hunting them down and throwing them in camps and stuff like that. They don't have a history like a lot of the other things you could say, well, yeah, that might fall under human rights violation. So this is new. It's just, we feel this is a good idea. We like it and we support it. So therefore, we're going to force everybody else to support it. And then what did they do to them? What's the punishment, y'all?
The town was also cited for failing to fly an LGBTQ2. The 2 stands for two-spirited.
Two-spirited, y'all. They got 2 spirits going on and everything. Now, what if you're a religious person up there in Canada? What if you I don't believe in 2 spirits. I just believe in 1 spirit, the Holy Spirit. What happens then? See? So it seems like Canada is all backwards. And I hope they change this regime real quick with Poliel or whatever his name is. But the man chicken, I guess he ain't had nothing to say about this.
Rainbow flag, despite the fact they didn't have an official flagpole. Now, as I said, the council was fined $10,000. That money went to the Pride group. The mayor was personally fined $5,000, also sent to the Pride group.
You got to be kidding me. So up in Canada, tyranny is taking place. Maybe we shouldn't do business with Canada. I mean, how can we do business with a country that basically is sticking up their people without a pistol? So now what they did is took the money that they fined them with and gave it to the LGBT group or whatever, and then fined the mayor, and he had to come out of 10 G's. They need to be trying to move to the U.S. There's freedom. If y'all want to get over here to the United States, you come on. We need to open up the Underground Railroad for Canadians to get here to freedom. Over here in MAGA country, you can disagree with the LGBTQ people if you want. They need to go ahead and get here to freedom.
And those who voted against Pride Month were ordered to undergo human rights training and to provide written proof that they had done the training within 30 days to the Pride group. Now,
wow. So they sent them to some type of rehabilitation camp, and you gotta... Yeah, we need the Underground Railroad, y'all. All of the folks who want to escape woke, they need to come through some type of path or something. We get them here. Get them here, man. They really could come here for asylum. That is true persecution for your political beliefs. Yeah, these are folks that actually should be able to claim asylum. Now, not coming here just because you want a better life. Not coming here because of climate change. Something like that. They told me to put something down on some paper and things of that nature. No, that's not gonna cut it. But if you come to us talking about, man, I didn't want to fly a gay and lesbian flag that we voted against, and they tried to put me in rehabilitation camp and fine me 10 G's. Can I get in? Absolutely. Come on in. All right, now we'll see your case. But yeah, that's what's going on over there. Under the man chicken.
This thing has got problems everywhere.
Everywhere.
Just off the top of my head, firstly, Caleb and Liz, no one has the right to be celebrated.
Well, but according to the gay and lesbian community, and I ain't talking about gay and lesbian people, not all of them are part of that crazy community, because that's the cult. See, the LGBT to whatever community, that's the cult, you know. But nobody has the right to be celebrated, because if that's the case, it's Kevin's Day. Kevin's Day, everybody. It's a celebration. Matter of fact, every day. Every day is Kevin's Day. So that's what's going on there. But guys, look what's going on here. I feel a change coming in our atmosphere. Look at these. Oh, yeah. What happened around that time?
Yeah. Good morning, Hoda. Good morning to you, honey. People bleary-eyed. They were up late watching the returns. Some people were up late working the returns, but the results are really clear and decisive.
Yes,
right?
The results are in. Donald Trump set to make a return to the White House. What? The former president, now the president-elect.
Oh, yeah. Says that's directed towards the wokeness. That's directed towards the wokeness. Dun, dun, dun. So let's see what just a voting cycle can do to your culture. A strong leader and a lot of people that supports that strong leader sends a message. It sends a message to all of the folks that said we hitched our wagon to woke. So now, what are these same folk doing?
Tonight, Walmart joining a growing list of companies rolling back diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. The largest retailer in the world confirming it will curb racial equity training for employees. No longer consider suppliers' race or gender to boost diversity.
Wow. So Walmart saw that the majority of the United States is not down with all of this crap. And they saw that Trump won and he's popular and he's becoming more widely accepted. And they came out like, is it safe? Do we still have to keep doing that DEI stuff? We ain't got to do that no more? Okay, we ain't going to be canceled, right? Okay, all right, that's good. This has given a lot of folks the boldness to come out from under that mess. Yeah, to unzip that cloak of woke. So now Walmart like, well, let's give it a shot. Let's go out. We got an announcement. Put some bass in their voice on it. We ain't going to be doing none of DEI stuff. You didn't sound too confident. Y'all ain't gonna get me for this, right? Okay, all right, Red, we done with this DEI stuff. And another thing, Go ahead, tell us the other stuff, Walmart.
Stop selling LGBTQ themed items online that are marketed to children.
Yes! Beautiful. Look at that. Look at this. A change in the atmosphere, y'all. Look at that. So Walmart's not going to sell stuff online to children to try to go ahead and genderfy our children. See, I mean, what kind of culture have we become? I'm mad that we even let it get to that point. We had companies purposefully targeting children. Boy, I tell you, man. So, about maybe a couple weeks ago, Walmart, they wouldn't have did this. They wouldn't have did this. We got Jeff Bezos coming out talking reckless now. Mark Zuckerberg, he's trying to man up. We got a lot of people now trying to pretend that, they ain't gonna be bullied no more by wokeness. But I'm not buying it. Because they're too late. See, if you weren't able to take the stand when it wasn't popular, but now all of a sudden we come in there and we take the heel, and all of y'all cowards come out afterwards like, did we win? Did we? Okay, yeah. You get no glory. So when you're late to the party, when it wasn't popular and we were taking a stance and everybody's calling us, xenophobes, homophobes, transphobes, and all of these phobes you can get, y'all were hiding behind all of this mess. But now we won. And folks feel like they can come out and be bold about disagreeing with all of this wokeness. Speaking of which, guys, we got somebody that's still trying to push their wokeness down. I'm about to let y'all experience the worst case of no base you've ever heard. Now, I know that's big words. I've been saying for many times when I get some of these weak, soft-core dudes on MSNBC or CNN or wherever, and they come in talking out their nostrils and stuff like that. And I start singing, no bass in the voice. He got no bass in him. But this one, I can't even imitate this voice right here. So now listen to this woke lawyer and see if you notice anything strange about this lawyer. Because this lawyer, for whatever reason, is mad that Tennessee done rose up when it wasn't popular and said, you're not going to be transitioning the kids. You're not. We're taking you to court. So let's see what this guy has to say about it, y'all.
You heard some of the more deranged things that Donald Trump said on the
deranged things like what? Let me hear it.
Kids going off to school and the school changes the gender of the kid.
That's not strange. What are you talking about? We've seen them do it. What are you talking about, fake crap? See, this is what I'm talking about. See, you don't want to mess with that fake crap. So now we've seen them get the kids in there and they're all pushing this ideology. But Donald Trump makes a over-the-top statement jokingly, like you send your kids to school and they come back a different gender. But fake crap wants to make it appear that Donald Trump really meant that. He really meant that in that exact term, exactly like that. He wasn't just embellishing. But let's finish here because he's going to play a clip of Donald Trump.
At school that day, parents don't, just wild claims.
Just wild, crazy.
He has also more directly, let's just play some of what he said.
Let's hear from him.
Response.
I will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care. I will sign a new executive order instructing every federal agency to cease all programs that promote the concept of sex and gender transition at any age.
Yes! Yeah, what is fake crap talking about? He's making it seem like Trump is evil for saying that. Maybe they don't realize, that things have changed. All right? Yeah, see, that crap don't fly no more. So, I don't see what the problem is. I'm listening to Trump and I'm going, we should have never let it get this far in the first place. How did we ever let it slip through the cracks like this to where you got schools and educators pushing this garbage? See, they got a little too bold. They allowed themselves to be discovered inside the schools, and it drew a lot of attention. And then they blame us for the culture war. We're the ones starting the culture war. And I'm going, most folks weren't thinking about this until a book probably showed up at the crib in the backpack of the child. What is this? A summer camp with Timmy and Tommy. Let me read this. What is this crap? So, it opened up the door for everybody to say, what are y'all doing? And this is what I mean by additional privileges. The left never knows how far to go. They always go too far. Always. So now they whine and complain. Now we want rights like everybody else. You already had those. All right. Okay. Well, we want to be able to get married. Well, y'all got a civil union, don't you? You can do that. We don't want that. We want the title of marriage. All right. Fine. We'll give you the title of marriage. Okay. That's all we really wanted. But now it's further than that. We want y'all to celebrate us. We want our own holiday. And you know what else? I think the kids need to celebrate us. And we need to go into the schools and talk to the kids about our lifestyle. And if you don't like it, then you transphobic. And then now we need to let the kids go ahead if they feel like they want to be something different on the inside. We should allow that to happen because of gender affirming care. What is that crap? So now, folks didn't check it at the door. And it slid into the schools. And now we got this raggedy lawyer who, for whatever reason, wants to be an advocate. And he don't realize that things have changed. It's changed.
I will then ask Congress to permanently stop federal taxpayer dollars from being used to promote or pay for these procedures.
Is this case that you are going to argue?
Now, prepare for no base as he talks about this case. Y'all ain't ready for this lack of base right here.
Before the U.S. Supreme Court involving Tennessee, relevant to what President-elect Trump says he wants to do there.
Yeah, and he obviously says a lot of things and it's causing people a lot of panic for good reason. And it is relevant. And here's why. Because Tennessee's arguments about why...
It's too high. It's too high. Boy, sounds like some type of whistle. Boy, I tell you. Yes, you know what? So now, it's obvious that this is not a man. This is a woman pretending to be a man. But guess what? What revealed it all was no bass in the voice. She got no bass in the voice. Come on. So you can only go so far before you have to be confronted on what you really are. I don't care what you think you are. There's that moment when reality kicks in. God always leaves a witness. So no matter how much you try to run from what you really are, it'll show up somehow. Even if this person managed to put a little bit of bass in the voice, you know when it would show up? When they gotta go into a bathroom and look around and pull down their pants, and sit down on that toilet. That's when it'll be revealed. Talking about something. I'm a man. Well, then stand up in peace, standing up. Let me see that. That's what I want to do. Want to see you pee standing up. Don't be sneaking in there. And why am I seeing your feet on the ground and all of a sudden I just hear pee? Oh, yeah. You got confronted with reality. So now, the reality that this woman has to be confronted with is you can't manufacture that bass in the voice.
Why the law that they passed doesn't classify or discriminate based on sex is not limited to a state law, and it's not limited to a law that is banning this care for minors. So
now it's really hard to even listen to this person because all I can hear is that high voice. I'm like, she said something, a jigger. I don't know. All I was hearing is, you know what? So let me try to go ahead and focus. The lack of bass is distracting me. Here we go.
If Tennessee is successful, if the Supreme Court, in essence, sides with the government of Tennessee, I think that will open the door to the types of federal bans on this care, not only for minors, but for adults too.
For adults.
See? Now, here you have it. This person obviously hasn't realized there's a change that have taken place. So why is it that all of these court cases all seem to revolve around them wanting to defend the rights of children to do this? They're not opening up cases to defend the right of adults because they already got the right. For some reason, though, they all feel like they got to jump in and defend the right of kids being able to transition. Now, I'm thinking, why are y'all worried about the kids? See, that right there lets me know that that is nothing but 100% demonic. It's demonic. You know, you really start realizing how evil a person is when they start doing things that normal evil people won't even do. When you're sitting back going, now look, man, I'm pretty evil, man. I done dealt drugs, man. You know, I beat some folks up. Once shot a dude in the butt. But man, you going in there trying to tell kids they can cut their stuff off, and you trying to go ahead and tell these kids that you got to draw the line somewhere. So that right there is demonic. And for some reason, a lot of these people focus on that, along with the Democrats too. But now that things have changed, now they all kind of walking it back. See, they don't want to be out there promoting this right about now because that cost them. So let's finish hearing this guy because maybe he didn't get the memo.
Else do you think?
I do. And I think that's one of the things we should be really concerned about. We're hearing a lot about young people can't consent to this care, but it is their parents consenting to this care.
And their parents should be held accountable. We're hearing a lot about young people can't. So they are adamant. She's adamant about making sure kids can do this. Why? What's it to you? That's the point. What's it to you? Why are you trying to get in the business of parents and saying that, you know what, the parents are, that if we find enough woke parents and enough stupid parents, they could give consent, then that 9-year-old can get that. If the parent gives consent, they're just as guilty and they're worse than the 9-year-old. If the 9-year-old said that they wanted it, that's a 9-year-old. You can ask the 9-year-old, do you want to be the Incredible Hulk? Yes. Yes, I do. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I'll let you wear green for a couple weeks till you get tired of it. And then you'll be like, I don't want to be the Hawk no more. I want to be Superman now. See, the 9-year-old has an excuse. But an adult that would okay this has no excuse. Yeah, they should be punished for this. And this girl wants that to happen. It's almost like they want people to be just as miserable as they are. Let's continue.
And at the end of the day, we have adults who live as transgender people like myself, who have families, who are part of communities, who are part of this society. And if the incoming administration bans our healthcare, that is essentially excising us from this country.
Oh, excising us from this country, bans our healthcare, all this stuff, and this and that. How about you just leave the kids alone? You done got your law degree, and now you're using it to be an activist to go in and try to sue Tennessee. Because Tennessee don't want kids being transitioned. However, thank God for the Supreme Court. Isn't it great to see a change coming?
So attorneys representing the state of Tennessee told the U.S. Supreme Court, quote, if the government's theory holds, men who identify as women could claim constitutionally based access to women's bathrooms. Yeah,
because see, that's how stupid this stuff could get. They want to throw them in the Civil Rights Act and all of this stuff and the Discrimination Act. So if it holds, then all of these women who say, we don't want y'all in our bathroom. Well, you can't tell me I can't come in there because you violate my civil liberties. And I'm coming in there. Now, I'm going to make you look at me in the mirror with my big rock jaw and my full-blown beard and me talking out my nostrils with my wig on and my bad makeup and my big calves and broad shoulders. Yep, I'm going to make you look at me in this mirror and tell me I look like a woman. That's what I'm going to do. You think my lipstick pretty? I mean, it's okay. What you know what? You must be transphobic. Tell me I'm pretty. Don't I look like a woman? That's what got to happen? So, no. We can't allow that to happen, Supreme Court, can we? Especially since the change has taken place.
Women's locker rooms and women's sports. Accepting that theory would perversely erode women's rights and jeopardize landmark statutes protecting women's equal access to school.
But you think the LGBTQ community care about women? Nope. They don't give a crap about that. It's all about what they want. What a selfish group of people. If you're radical and you're part of that group, and you up here saying, you know what? I'm so brainwashed, I'm so delusional, and I'm so selfish that I can't stop for 1 second to empathize about how this could impact women. But yet we want women to support us though. We want women to support our movement. But we won't support them when they say, well, cool. Well, can y'all, just a little, we just want a little bit of support when it comes down to maybe the bathrooms. Can y'all understand why we might not want guys in the bathroom? Well, that's the problem. We're not guys, we're women. Okay, I don't want to upset you. Well, can we at least just have our sports? We're not greedy. I mean, if you don't want it, it's okay. But we were just thinking out loud, maybe we can have our own sports? No. Because if y'all want y'all own sports, then that's discrimination against us because we women too. This is how they act. And that is why it's a turnoff. And that's why the Democrats got smashed because they tolerated all of that garbage. You got people out there acting just like that. I know it's a parody and I'm exaggerating, but hey, I guarantee you can find somebody on the internet doing something similar. So, yep, that's what they're all about. They don't care about anybody else but themselves. Unfortunate. So now it ended up going to court, y'all.
winners' podiums and beyond. What's your response to that?
What's that?
Well, I obviously disagree with that premise that allowing transgender women into women's sports or women's bathroom is a threat to women, but it is also not the question before the court in this case. And in fact, it is a totally independent question about whether a law that bans medical care for transgender adolescents discriminates.
Transgender adolescents. There's no such thing. First of all, there's no such thing as a transgender, okay? But secondly, there's no such thing as a transgender adolescent. See, this is the demonic part of it. This is why they popped up on everybody's radar. They didn't know how to stay in their own lane. If he was talking about, transitioning care for adults that's 18 and above and can make their own choices, nobody would be saying anything. If we had to go to court down there in Tennessee, Tennessee. Oh, Lord, I really feel real stressed, down and out, losing grip. All the while I'm black and proud. Problems got me pessimistic. Brothers and sisters keep messing up. Why does it have to be so darn tough? I don't know where I can go to let these ghosts out of my skull. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. Every time I hear the word Tennessee, I got to go back to Tennessee. But anyway, let's get back to Tennessee. So this guy right here or girl right there don't realize that this would have never even had to go to court if y'all would have left the kids alone. And they wonder what draws us out. What makes us have to say, do we need to go to court for this? We never thought we would have to go to court to address something like this. See, y'all don't realize how strange this is that we got to be up in court like, Your Honor, we're here today to plead the case of the children versus the radical transgender community that wants them to become transgenders too. Unbelievable. But this guy thinks he's fighting for some type of equality.
Against people based on sex versus these separate cases that preceded any of these healthcare bans will continue to be litigated in the courts regardless of the outcome here. So
you see those little girl hands? See, you can't hide those either. Yeah, little girl hands, little girl neck, little girl body. Somehow managed to grow a mustache through some hormone treatments and stuff like this. And I'm saying, man, you're a lawyer, but you're not rational. You're able to go through a systematic process to earn a degree. But if you've embraced the idea that you are a man, not a woman wanting to live like a man, not a woman that took medication to be look like a man. Not you full blown saying, I am a man and I want all these children to be able to think and experience the same thing that I think I'm experiencing as well. And I'm a professional. And this is why they all got canceled. Because when you start getting people in high places like lawyers, politicians, judges that are woke enough to buy into this, of course, you're going to get vomited up. But they didn't tell this girl.
So that clearly is conflating a bunch of different questions. The question before the court tomorrow is about whether banning medical care, overriding the consent of parents, the recommendations of doctors is a violation of equal protection.
Okay, so here's one.
Does transgender status apply to individuals who are gender fluid?
Uh-oh. Now there they are in court. Oh, man. And they're asking, does transgender whatever apply to people who are gender fluid? Uh-oh.
I think that the distinguishing characteristic is to have a birth sex that does not align with, or a gender that does not align with one's birth sex. So it may include people who have different understandings of their gender identity, but I think it is still the distinguishing characteristic
explain that mess,
of
that
a birth sex and a gender identity that are incongruent.
Are there individuals who are born male, assigned male at birth, who at one point identify as female, but then later come to identify as male, and likewise for individuals who are assigned female at birth?
Now, aren't we glad we got conservative judges? Trump was God sent to make sure we had a conservative majority in the courts. Because before this person, came up, John Jackson, she tried to compare this to the civil rights and stuff and the movement and stuff. Then we had another judge, I forget her name. She got mad and said, you know what, stop talking about the dangers of medicine. Any medicine can be dangerous. Taking an aspirin can be dangerous. A life-changing, physical-altering, life-committing drug versus an aspirin? See, that's what happens when you get the DEI hires over there. When you get the woke folk on the Supreme Court. Thank God. We got people like this who's about to unravel this woke person who's saying that, yeah, we deserve these rights and this part of the civil rights movement stuff.
At some point, identify as female, identify as male, but later come to identify as female. Are there not such people?
Uh-oh.
There are such people. I agree with that, Justice.
So it's not an immutable characteristic.
Oh, so it's not an immutable characteristic then. Gotcha. See, y'all don't realize a change is coming. Yeah, you ain't gonna get in there pulling that Jedi mind tricks. So wait, since you could be whatever you want, whenever you want, then it must not be built in. Like real civil rights probably was, should have been. You're white, you're black, that's what you are, period. But you can't wake up one day and say, you know what? I'm a white man, but now I'm a black man. So I want reparations. Yeah, I'm a black man. Now I want to go get into this college unless you're Elizabeth Warren. Now, if you're Elizabeth Warren, then maybe you can get away with it. Paul said that I had high cheekbones, and that was all it took right there. So, yeah, if you hurt, maybe you can get away with it. But he just destroyed their whole argument because they were trying to shove this mess down the throats of everybody. But it's a change that's done taking place. Wokeness ain't cool no more.
Well, I think people's understanding of it shifts, but the evidence shows that there is at least a strong underlying basis. And I think the normative reason for that particular consideration is whether or not this is something that someone should or could change and whether they should have to change.
Your arguments blew up. If I was the judge, I would be sitting there the whole time while they're talking. You wouldn't have to guess what I'm thinking or what I'm going to do. You already know what I'm voting for. As you're talking, just straight disrespecting. Well, I think you know what? There's an argument to be made that maybe you can.
Change it in order to receive constitutional protections, and I think transgender status squarely.
Well. Oh, wait. More stuff is changing? You telling me we winning on all kind of fronts and Trump ain't even in yet?
Welcome in. I'm Juliette Goodrich. We begin with this. After months of bloodshed between Israel and Hezbollah, the fighting has now come to a standstill.
That's it.
We're done.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced an agreement to a ceasefire deal yesterday. That's sparking tears, hugs, and celebration across Lebanon as displaced families begin their journey back home.
See, look at that, man. Stuff changing already, man. Like, folk get all happy. Folks was like, you know what, man? Trump's back in. Things are going to be stable now. We got some real leadership. I know all those leaders across the whole globe are all sitting around some table like, dude, did you see Joe Biden sleeping the other day in Africa? It was hilarious. Boy, I tell you, man. All right, how much more money can we get from him before Trump gets in? You think he'll sign another stimulus bill or something for us? That's some type of package that, hurry up. We got to hurry up before the old man is out. So now, what else has changed?
Like Trump's threat to carry out mass deportations is putting immigrant communities across the nation on edge. Take Springfield, Ohio, where Trump accused Haitian immigrants without any evidence of eating pets.
Well, I don't know about that. I know I saw a lot of Haitian people online saying, hey, man, they might not be eating them, but they're using them for sacrifices. But nonetheless, let's continue because that's not what we should be focused on. The real story is what's happening down there, and Trump ain't even in yet.
Well, many are now leaving the city fearing deportation.
What? Time to go.
Yeah. Isn't that's how you want it? You want it to be like that. See, I mean, if you are a person where they're going, don't worry about it, I ain't worried about him or her, that means they're either disrespecting you or they know that you don't mean what you say. See, and they know the difference. These folks are like, Trump's getting in. Oh, man, we done wasted our money. We done had them bring us all the way up here, held us in Mexico, hoping that Joe Biden would win or Kamala would win, and they lost. And what did Trump do? Ain't even in office. But let them know, if these folks come to your city your state, rather, country, rather, and come in here, it's going to be a problem. So let's see how it all went down.
Trump says he had a productive conversation with Mexico's president about matters at the southern border. Trump says he spoke with the Mexican president and she agreed to stop migration through Mexico.
Well, look at that. See how easy that was, Creepy Sleepy? See how easy that was, Border Czar Harris? Yeah. If they know you mean business, they'll go, oh, okay, I get it. See, que prende. I can prende. Yeah, shut that mess down. Not to mention, recently I heard that she just had the biggest, confiscation of fentanyl. Yeah, they stopped the fentanyl. Go figure. I wonder why they couldn't do it before. What was so hard about being able to stop these folks from coming before? What was the factor? Horrible leadership and corrupt leadership. But the change is taking place, and the man ain't even in office yet. What else is he affecting?
And she confirmed that she spoke with Trump, calling it an excellent conversation. It comes after Trump threatened to impose sweeping new tariffs on Canada and Mexico.
You see that? That was an excellent conversation. Yeah, it was one-sided. If they don't stop this crap, I'm going to hit them with 25% tariffs. Well, I got the point. Thank you. I understand. Thanks for the conversation. What else?
As part of his effort to crack down on illegal immigration and drugs coming
Somebody
into the
got the
country.
hint, though.
Several major developments in the border and migrant crisis after the election. Mexican officials say a migrant caravan of thousands that was headed to the border is starting to break up and turn back. In fact, Newsweek reports many of the roughly 3,000 migrants abandoned the caravan and turned back fearing deportation after getting word Trump.
Wow! Man, see? That's what I'm talking about. Don't it feel good right about now? Somebody said I'm buffering. Oh, yeah, I see I am buffering a little bit. Let's see if it clear up real quick. Let's see. I'm looking at myself. Hello. Anybody else see me buffer? Somebody said drop to 480. Say, yeah, baby. Y'all get it. Y'all understand that. Now, you know darn well that you mean business when folks self-port. When they like, man, what? It ain't even worth it, man. Let's go. Somebody said little fuzzy. Let me turn off the Wi-Fi. Oh, it looks like I'm a little clear over there. Y'all might be saying that a little. Y'all might be just catching the fuzz. Fuzzy wuzzy? Was it there? Let's see. Okay. All right, here we go. We're gonna turn off and get something going. Somebody said clear now. Now see, as soon as it cleared up, I'm gonna let the Wi-Fi. I'm gonna keep the Wi-Fi off for a second. Let it ride. All right, yeah. All right, let's keep the party going. So now, folks know you mean business when just your very presence and you throwing it out there. Like I ain't even got to do nothing yet. If this don't get cleared up before I get in, it's gonna be a problem. Things are changing, and I'm loving it, man. And it don't even seem like it's that hard. Just the right key person in power creates the change. But yet they made it seem so hard. Congress has to act. You know what? Our immigration system's been broken forever. There's nothing we can do about it. All of this stuff. And even nasty folks with these big teeth, like Big Bucky Beaver right here, is starting to even change their attitude, y'all.
Breaks the law. I'll be the first one to call up ICE and say, get them out of here. But there are other people who commit crimes or are known to be criminals before they arrived here. When those are identified, I'll be the first one to help get rid of them.
Yeah, what's up, Doc? So wait a minute. Big teeth. Yeah, all of a sudden you see all these folks in New York complaining, kind of see the writing on the wall. Folks don't really want these illegals here. Starting to see the damage. Now you're trying to find some loopholes to pretend you ready to work with Tom the Hammer Holman. See, a little bit ago you was talking reckless, but now all of a sudden it's like I thought, well, look, I'm tough on it. All right, don't think that I'm gonna be protecting these criminal illegals over you. But she still hasn't come out and said all illegals need to go. See, and that's the problem. She's trying to give them a little red meat. She's trying to convince them that, hey, look, Trump, I'm gonna figure out a way to work with you, but still pretend that I'm woke as well. So I'm gonna come out and say that, yeah, anybody who's committing crimes, I work. They got to go. But I want to hear you say they all got to go. See, so maybe she's making little changes in baby steps and stuff like that, but somebody close to her is making big changes.
I don't want them here. I don't want anybody terrorizing my citizens. So that's the difference.
Yeah, but you brought them there. See, and that's the problem. It's not, that's the difference. That's the problem. You brought them there. You allowed them to come. So look at this, guys. Somebody else who done went through a metamorphosis. That's right. You know what a change a man? Some charges. Some trumped up charges.
The Democratic mayor in New York, Eric Adams, a former cop, is ready to work with you.
I hope so, because I just been notified he wants to sit down and meet with
Mayor Peanut / Coconut.
I'm willing to meet with anybody to help make their community safer. Because again, prioritization out of the gate is public safety threats. Work with us on that. It makes your community safer. It keeps my officers safe. It keeps the community safe. Let's work together and get this done.
When's that meeting happen?
I haven't responded yet, but I'll respond this week.
Now look at that. A change is taking place. Oh yeah. Having the feds go ahead and confiscate your stuff and having lawfare, take place because you decided that, it's not cool for these folks to be taking up all our resources and stuff. Yeah, that'll get you some charges when you're dealing with the left. But now that he sees maybe the potential light of a pardon, especially since everybody's getting them, it's the hottest new thing. Y'all didn't know that? The hottest new thing is pardons. See, so yeah, Mayor Coconut is going to start working hard for his pardon. He's calling them up. He's being proactive. Yeah, Mayor Coconut's getting on that horn, talking about some, hello, can I speak to the hammer? He's busy. Okay, I'll call back in 5 minutes. Hello, is the hammer there yet? No? Oh, so he'll call me? When? Okay, I'm going to set my clock, though, for real, though. All right, you promise he's going to call at that time? Okay. All right, okay. 5 minutes from now? Okay, all right, there we go. Hello, operator? Did my phone ring? Is it still connected? Okay, all right, just making sure. I don't want to miss the Hammer's call. Now, why aren't all the rest of these raggedy governors and mayors and stuff doing that?
Okay, we'll be in touch with you and him.
Oh, you. All right. Two questions on the immigration deportation front.
Yes.
First, so...
See, they don't understand. They messing with a brand new Coconut. He's no longer Mayor Peanut. See, he's not out to talk about New York has a brand. I mean, Kansas don't have a brand. New York has a brand. He's not out there right now talking about New York is a sanctuary city. It's always been. We're welcoming. He's not doing that no more. See, you know what helped him come to his senses? Some charges. That's what helped him. So now let's see how Mayor Coconut is handling the media when they're asking him stupid stuff about these illegal immigrants that got him brought up on some trumped up charges.
In your view, someone is a criminal if they have been charged with a crime? Because you yourself have been charged with crime, right? But
you hear that nasty woman? And you yourself been brought up on a crime. So why you judging these illegal immigrants? Because they shouldn't be here. It burns me up when I hear these people try to make this argument. Well, you know what? Americans commit crimes too. They commit crimes as well. We're Americans. If we commit crimes, at least we're supposed to be in the darn country. But don't come here and ain't even supposed to be here and you committing crimes. Yeah, if my kids running around the house breaking the vase, they're my kids. You whoop their tail. They're supposed to be in the house. But if I'm going, wait a minute, the neighbor's kid came in through the back window to play with my kids' toys and end up breaking the vase, and you want me to be okay with that? Well, you know what, all kids break stuff. No, the difference is your kid shouldn't even be in my house. So let's continue, though, because Mayor Coconut's about to give her an earful.
So that's one question. The other is, if you were a law-abiding asylum seeker in New York City, someone who's doing the best they can to get ahead and all of that, sending their kids to school, would you be scared about the prospect of the incoming administration?
Okay, two things. Your first part, I'm an American. Americans have certain rights.
Coconut.
The Constitution is for Americans. And I'm not a person that snuck into this country. My ancestors have been here for a long time.
Coconut ain't got nothing to lose. Coca is like, you know what, let's get this straight. See, right by now, they can't do much more to me anyway. All right, they already brought me up on some charges, and I'm working hard to get out of these charges. I want one of them forever pardons too, going back to like 87 and then beyond. You know what I'm saying? I want one of them too from Trump. So now that the Democrats have turned their back on me, I might as well go ahead and let it all hang out. Now, I'm an American citizen, okay? They're not.
For a long time, and I don't know if that's your blouse is made of cotton, but they used to pick some of that. So what rights I have, the person that decides to shoot a police officer, they should not have those same rights. Okay, that's my position.
But according to Joe Biden, they're not illegal immigrants. They're just undocumented citizens. I shouldn't have said that. Undocumented. That's all they are.
And I look forward to hearing what is the idea of the border czar. I'm looking forward to that. I've said it over and over again.
Coconut has a great opportunity right now. Man, he could walk out of this a full-blown hero and a victim at the same time. He could go ahead, hitch his wagon to Trump and be like, look, man, I feel Trump. I might not like him in the past, but I understand lawfare now. They done woke me up. They woke me up. Not to mention, they abused me. They muscled and bullied me into accepting this garbage, knowing it would get out of hand. And I love my city too much, man, to go ahead and roll with the Democrats' policies, man. We got to get them all out of here. So I'm going to clean up the city. I'm going to clean it up. We're going to come here and get these folks out. I'm going to clean this mess up, and then I'll be a hero. Because right now they're trying to unseat this dude. See, but he got a chance right about now. If he clean up the city and the crime and hitch his wagon to the right people, he'll get himself a pardon, and he might even get reelected. Let's continue, because he's about to tell her another thing, too.
We need to fix the immigration problem in the city. The American people said that. I don't know if you really watched the election results. The president-elect had the popular vote, he had the electoral vote. He was not indecisive on what his positions were. He was clear we need to secure our border and deal with the immigration issue. The American people heard it, they voted for it.
You put the lion in the coconut and get all. You put the lion in the coconut and you feel better. Put the lion in the coconut. He done went from I wish I had a peanut to put the lion in the coconut. So now Mayor Coconut ain't finished with him, because they gonna come back thinking like, oh, we gonna go ahead and drive him back to woke. But they don't realize a change has taken place.
Those who are here committing crimes, robberies, shooting at police officers, raping innocent people, have been a harm to our country. I want to sit down and hear the plan on how we're going to address them. Those are the people I am talking about, and I would love to sit down with the border czar and hear his thoughts on how we're going to address those who are harming our citizens.
Open to that.
Open to
hearing what their plan is to deport some of these folks, and you think the city, in some circumstances, should cooperate with us.
Oh, see? You think Mayor Coconut playing around with y'all? Get these folks out of here. Go. You know what, Mayor Coke? I'm going to go ahead and say, unleash the coconut.
Let me. You know what's interesting? And I was talking to the team the other day. I want you to.
Somebody said, I blame you, protected them. And true. See, Mayor Coconut got to accept some blame too. And the problem is, for support from the Democrat Party and pressure from the Democrat Party, I think he had to accept what was happening. That's what it was. But he probably didn't realize the magnitude of it and how quickly it would get out of hand, and the fact that it would destroy the city he's governing. He's going to end up looking bad. Folks going to be going, dude, look at the crime, look at all this stuff. But the Democrats were like, you better hold the line. Now, we helped you get in power. We can go ahead and get you out of power. So in the beginning, he probably was like, yeah, this is cool. It ain't that bad yet. It's just, wait a minute. How many more coming? Another busload showed up? Wait a minute. Hey, we need some help down here. Well, we can't do it right now. Hold the line. What you mean hold the line? The line's broken. Broken arrow. We've been overran. I can't do nothing right now. I'm not elected yet. Deal with it, boy. Hush up. And when he said something, bam. So really, Greg Abbott, thank you. He's the one that exposed Peanut and drove him from being a peanut to a coconut. So let's continue.
Go back and Google Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. What they said about those who commit crimes in our city. And what they said in our country. They said those who commit crimes need to get out right away. Oh, yeah. That was their position.
Yeah, that was back when the Democrats pretended they had some sense and stuff like that.
So this is not a new position, because in the state of era of cancel culture, no one's afraid to be honest about the truth. Well, cancel me.
Cancel me.
Because I'm going to protect the people of this city.
That's what I'm talking about.
You come into this country, in this city, and think you're going to harm innocent New Yorkers and innocent migrants and asylum seekers. This is not the mayor you want to be in the city under.
When people, I appreciate Coconut right now. You know why? Because he's unleashed. See, this is what happened. When you're not under the thumb of the Democrats anymore, because, you know, they done backstabbed you. And you're like, you know what? I get no benefit at this point for trying to kiss up to them. I get no benefit right about now for trying to say, well, I made a mistake. Do we have to protect all of these illegal immigrants? And Donald Trump is evil. He's coming in here for his white nationalism and stuff like that to make the country all white. He gets nothing for that. Yeah, he even shut up after the first warning shot. He went out there and he was making some statements. They hit him with the warning shot. He went silent and they still stuck it to him because the left is intolerable. We don't tolerate nobody. And we're going to make an example out of you, Coconut, and end up probably driving you straight over to Trump, like they did Elon, like they did Joe Rogan, like they did Tulsi Gabbard, like they did RFK, like they did Trump, and many other people. And that's the big change that has taken place. Finish them, Coconut.
People talking about the migrant, I say $6.4 billion. Okay. It's not really resonating. And a lot of people said that, okay, it happened, it's over. We lost the money. And Eric, you said this is going to have a devastating impact on our city. We have not seen the full course of what this did to us.
Y'all hear Coconut? Now he's breaking out the numbers. I'm going to tell y'all just how bad this was before y'all get up here and try to say, leave these poor illegal immigrants alone. They ain't do nothing. And they ain't no toll on the system and all of that stuff. He's like, I'm going to go ahead and lay it all out here. And not only will we not know the impact that it had on New York, we probably will never know the impact that it had on our whole country for years to come. So now he's just going to give them a taste and shut them up and tell them, so don't be talking to me about we need to make sure these migrants are here.
I came into politics because of an 11-year-old boy that was arrested. He was absent from school a substantial number of times, and the DOE never saw him. He was arrested for a robbery two times.
An American boy.
The long-term impact of that $6.4 billion has not materialized yet.
Oh.
We could have spent $400 million on community schools to handle chronic absentees. We could have spent $600 million on 2,000 guiding counselors and social workers in schools.
See, now he's talking like a conservative. Now he's talking like a smart governor. That's what he's talking like. See, all of that money. This is how, the Democrats, though, unfortunately, they don't think like that. Yeah, they just focus on their goal, their agenda, their power, their control. And they say, put all the money towards that. All the money towards that. Forget these regular Americans. We're not trying to have, we got a goal and agenda. We're not even trying to balance it out. We're not even trying to say, wow, you know what? Maybe if we'd have spent this here, we probably could. They don't care about that mess. They told Coconut to handle it. It's like, hey, look, man, I know y'all got to spend a lot of money. I know you're taking some heat. I know the people are mad. I know the people are wondering, what the heck is going on here? I know the people are complaining, but handle it. And Coconut whined about it. And then, of course, they came down on him like a hammer. So now what is Coconut doing? He's justifying why he had a problem with it.
$39 million on summer rise and extended hours for 30,000 children. $22 million on MetroCards for 75,000 summer youth employment.
Where's Doge?
$200 million could have gone to 1,000 more police officers. $84 million could have gone to 730 park staff. And you see some of the other numbers. Go to our agencies. Public schools, $33 billion. 50% of what it costs to run HRA went to this crisis. 50%. The police budget is less than what we spent. The entire NYPD is only $6.2 billion. Fire department only $2.6 billion. The impact of those programs that didn't materialize is we created more of those 11-year-old boys that I saw in that precinct, in the 88th precinct.
Yeah, but those people in there asking questions about the illegal immigrants and their non-rights that they have, they don't care about those people because they're just Americans. These are just American kids. They're not illegal immigrant kids. These are American kids that probably are separated from their parents too by default. Yeah, but they don't care about that stuff. See, so now Coconut done got a revelation. Yeah, now I can't exonerate Coconut because he did participate in this shenanigans. Okay, he participated in it. But hey, There's always room at the altar. Room at the altar. Maybe Coconut done seen the light. Yes, that's right. He wants to be saved.
The long-term impact of what we did to this city is you're going to see it materialize in administrations in the future.
Yeah.
They hurt the future of New York City.
Now, that sounds like a mayor that actually cares about his city, unlike the person you're about to see, who apparently they didn't get the memo that the change has taken place.
And when people hear $6.4 billion, they may say, okay, it's just $1 billion here, $1 billion there. No, we didn't invest in seniors the way we should have, and young people the way we should have. We're not going out to get these chronic absentee students the way we should have.
Who don't care about this?
The crimes that we witnessed.
All of this
impacted our city, and people don't seem to understand why were you fighting so hard for this? Because I reflected on that 11-year-old boy that was denied, and I went into government to stop these 11-year-old boys, and I came up with a plan to do so, and the federal government made me take $6.4 billion out of providing these services that we should.
Yep. So Joe Biden and them, and Kamala Harris and them said, hush up, boy. We can't help you right now, but hold the line. Do it. See, so that right there is the real issue. Whether Coconut wanted to or not. When you hitch your wagon to the Democrat Party, you better hush up, boy, and do what they tell you to do. Now, Coconut, he probably still got a lot of love for the Democrat Party. Don't get me wrong. I don't think Coconut's repentant. Somebody said I'm falling for his no. I am very clear-eyed that this man is working hard for his party. And I'm also very clear-eyed that this man didn't suddenly become a conservative. But he became reasonable. He's now able to speak freely about this crisis because this crisis is the thing that got him brought up on some charges. See, speaking freely back then got him in trouble. But this guy right here didn't realize how serious the Democrats were about illegal immigration. Yeah, maybe he didn't think that this was their number one grift right here and thought he had some freedom to come out and say, hey, this is getting a little out of hand. Unlike somebody else who definitely knew that, I better tote the line or else I'm going to be like Mayor Coconut too.
All should be angry at what happened to our city under this administration.
And had the nerve to say, I'm going to give them a shot on the way out. Since they threw me under the bus, give them a shot on the way out. But some people they didn't get the message. Yeah, they still don't get it. Like these people.
There doesn't have to be a conflict unless California. That's what Trump wants.
The governor has called a special session that will convene this week to set aside money to battle the Trump administration. Will some of that money also be set aside to protect migrants and undocumented immigrants in California as they seek either legal advice or continued legal financial backing?
It's the special session.
You hear that? They're trying to use taxpayers' money to help the migrants with their legal cases if Tom the Hammer Holman comes in and try to deport them. Californians, are y'all okay with that? Maybe y'all need to start doing what they're doing up there in Chicago. Maybe y'all need to start pushing back like the folks there in New York and things like that. And then you get this slick, slimy, disgusting politician that says this.
That's a special session to focus on litigation, preparation, as it relates to the reality. It's not a theoretical exercise. We know what happened the last time Donald Trump was president.
Oh, he shut it down? Yeah. Illegal immigration dropped to its lowest. That's what happened.
He vandalized our progress. He vandalized our programs.
He vandalized your diabolical scheme.
He broke the law.
Standoff between so-called sanctuary cities and the incoming Trump administration heating up right here in Chicago.
Chicago? We gonna end up in Chicago, y'all, because they didn't get the memo. They don't realize it's no longer cool to have a whole bunch of illegal immigrants in your state or city and you protect them while abusing, your own people, not looking out for them, using their tax dollars for this pet project and all this stuff. These folks, they didn't get the memo. They don't understand that the hammer's coming one way or another. They should be like the lady down in Mexico who say, we're going to get out ahead of this thing and start shutting this mess down. We see the current. We know the direction the wind is blowing in. All right. Things are changing and Trump ain't even in office yet. But what are these folks doing? Like Mayor Conehead up there.
Now, on the campaign trail, Donald Trump promised mass deportations of millions of undocumented migrants.
Bingo.
He promised to close the southern border with Mexico and to end birthright citizenship. He's also threatened to withhold funding from sanctuary states.
Wonderful.
Now, Chicago's mayor vows the city will continue to shield all migrants in spite of Trump's threats.
So maybe he's still hanging on to the Democrats are going to protect me. Not when you get voted out of office, buddy. I better not go ahead and do what Mayor Coconut's doing because I don't want some charges brought up on me. So I'm going to go full-blown, sellout mode. So here he is.
The incoming administration is not just a threat to Chicago, but a threat to what is sensible about this country. Jeez. And as mayor of the city of Chicago, we're not going to bend or break or cower to someone's threat. We're going to stand up and unite around our shared values.
Where's the
and
hammer?
they have my assurance that I'm going to protect the families of this city.
You know what? No, we don't even have to get Tom the Hammer Holman to come down there and drop on this dude. We got somebody else who's going to drop the hammer on this guy. Look at that. Yeah, that's what he's protecting. So now Chicago, 51,065 migrants. That's a lot of folks. And housing, food, and care, what? $574 million, y'all. Look at all that money went to the migrants.
It is time for Chicago to come alive.
Yeah.
Come alive, Chicago.
Come alive, Chicago.
Our next speaker is Danielle Carter.
Let's go ahead for fun's sake. Danielle the Hammer Carter. See Conehead? That's Conehead. That's him.
So Brandon,
you
and all these Democratic mayors out here and governors, y'all talking about crashing out for these illegals, right?
Go.
You all sit up there and said you would not allow Trump to come in here and get these illegals. Yeah, you can smile. We're in $1 billion deficit. And you spent half of our money, half of that on illegals. You campaigned,
You understand that? She's pointing at that big fat cone on top of his head. She said, you know what? I'm not going to wait for the hammer to drop the hammer. I'm coming in with my own sludge hammer. Go on. Yeah, tell him. I want him to know exactly who you're talking about. You
campaign and double down that you would not raise property taxes. I ain't going to do that. You campaign went around doing that. And here we are right now. You wanted to raise our taxes $300 million. They shut it down. Now we back here for $150 million. Okay. See, this is what we asking now. Since you want to crash out, some of y'all say y'all willing to go to jail for it. Trump, Tom Homan, make an example out this Negro right here first.
Oh, no, she didn't. She said Trump, Tom Homan. Bring in the hammer to make an example out this Negro here first. She hit him with the proper term, the Negroes. This Negro here first. Now, you would think that that's an acceptable term for another black person to call another black person. It's not the derogatory version of that word. And since Conehead is so pro-black, down with the struggle, and always talking about racism and stuff like that, she just called him a Negro, and let's see how he responds.
Please come here first, because you know what? We're going to help you. We want to forensic.
Ma'am, I would ask that you keep your, hold on a second. Stop her time. Stop her time. Just a second.
Stop calling me Negro.
Ma'am, I would ask that you, if you want to continue speaking,
you can't be calling me Negro.
If you want to continue speaking, you
can't be embarrassing me and getting sound bites and stuff that's gonna go viral when you went ahead and checked me and called me a Negro and said that the Tom the Hammer Holman is gonna come down on me first. And you embarrassing me and stuff, so now I gotta interrupt you.
To make sure that your language is appropriate, okay?
Okay, so now we about to make y'all famous. We're gonna let all y'all constituents know who y'all ratting for.
Oh, she hit us with the Billy the Kid. I'll make you famous. Oh, she said, we about to make y'all famous. Girl, you done became famous. You done became famous in my eyes. You done made an appearance in Kevin's corner, girl.
that y'all wouldn't spend our tax dollars to protect illegals and to get them legal services. So that's what we're doing. That's cool because we about to make all of y'all aldermen famous.
We'll make you famous. Y'all want to be famous? Y'all want to be big dogs? We gonna let them all know who y'all really riding and dying for. And it ain't us.
Y'all think this is how it's gonna ride? I think not. Flip Chicago red. We not playing.
Wait. You think she gone? She's about to get another cameo appearance. Encore. Bring her back. Bring the hammer back.
Thank you very much for your comments.
Yeah.
Round 2, fight.
Here she is. Oh, came in. You see her come in with the hands on the hips? Oh, she came in like big time wrestling. Like, yeah, you want to know something, brother? All right, back to dropping the hammer on that cone.
Okay, so I got a great way how we can what we can do with this budget.
Yeah, let's think smart.
First, let's start with cutting off illegals, getting free everything.
Well, look how easy that was. How smart that is. She is furious with the cone on that head right there. Yeah, all right. Now I done calm down. They had to talk me off the ledge. They had me out there like, okay, champ. Okay, you did great. But now calm down, okay? Go back in. Don't let him get you out of here. All right, so here we go.
Free housing, free schooling, free food.
All of that.
Yeah, let's start with that. That'll save us a lot of money. What, 600 million? Let's start there.
Maybe she should be mayor. She's thinking outside the blocks. There it is. She's smart right there.
Then let's start with your salary. You are going down in history as the worst mayor in America. Let's start with cutting yours. You making too much money. Let's start there.
But wait a minute. I thought it was only the white man who got a problem with the way Brandon Johnson is running Chicago. I thought it was Trump and all of his racism and, going back to history and going back to the Jim Crow laws and all of the race baiting and stuff that he uses when those, press conference people be asking him questions about his garbage, decisions. It's always racism. But now all I see that shows up and goes in his mouth are black folks.
Now let's start with the police detail you had, the 200 police detail you had. Let's start with
to protect that cone head.
That because you Democrats and you remember you told us to defund the police. Remember you ran on that. Remember you was the defund the police.
Show me.
The effort of the defund police movement lost an audience because of that that slogan, I guess is what he's calling it, which I don't look at it as a slogan. It's an actual real political goal.
Let's start with that. Let's defund the police detail that you have. And let's put the police back in our neighborhood because we're not for defunding the police. We need the police.
Wait a minute. Because according to Brandon, he want to get those cameras down and stuff because that's racist and profiling and stuff like that. And y'all don't want counselors. Y'all don't want guidance counselors and stuff to come in and talk down the criminals and tell everybody to ceasefire and not be shooting at each other and killing each other is not right. You don't want that? You want actual cops coming in? Are you kidding me? See, because according to Brandon Johnson, racism.
So let's start with all the Democrats, because y'all policy, what y'all push in our neighborhood, defund the police. So all y'all that got police details and got police presence around y'all house, let's start with cutting that. That'll save a lot of money. So won't you just practice what you preach? I'm letting y'all know for real. And now, if you all vote on anything to raise all taxes or anything, because we already suffering homeowners, you all will not be in those seats.
I'm loving her.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Girl, I know this might seem strange. Let me know if I'm out of order for stepping to you this way. See, I've been watching you for a while. And I just gotta let you know that I'm really feeling your style. See, I had to know your name and leave you with my number. And I hope that you would call me someday. If you want, you can give me yours too. But if you don't, well, I ain't mad at you. Cause we can still be cool. Yeah, man, she made me sing during the night. God dog it. I don't break that one out for nobody. All right, man. So there you have it, y'all. Apparently, Chicagoans realize a change is taking place, and they can see it in the atmosphere. They're like, you know what? I sense the hammer coming in. I sense this right here. That's what they sense.
You tell them I'm coming, and hell's coming with me. You hear?
Yeah, and Gavin Newsom. Reebok. Yeah.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
I can't. Can you dig it? And all of those changes that are taking place is because they sense it. They're like, it's inevitable. Yeah, Al-Qaeda and all of them and Hamas, they're all going, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. We better go ahead and start making some changes. Even Pootie, I'm ready to talk. I'm ready to do some things. I have to, go down there to Mexico. She's like, yo, it's inevitable. The hammer's coming. The boss is back in town. It's inevitable. And these dumb behind mayors and governors of these Democrat asshole ran cities, they better get it too. They better go ahead and realize that the change is taking place. Because it's no longer cool for y'all to be out there fighting for folks that aren't your real citizens. It's going to come back to bite them. You know it is, man. If the people start seeing these dudes and these girls are willing to fight against these folks coming in and protecting their city and getting rid of these folks, yeah, you'll see what happened. They're going to be like Kathy Hochul trying to find a happy medium. I'll kick some people out if I have to. I mean, I'm not saying I will, but I mean, I will if I have to, because I don't, you know what? I mean, sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but I mean, I'm not saying. Yeah, they will start to eventually kiss the ring. Now, God bless y'all. God bless America. Thanks for kicking it with me tonight. Make sure that y'all go ahead and enjoy yourselves this weekend. And I'm going to dedicate some time into figuring out why my screen is flipped. I might do a test on another phone, a quick live stream, test one, to see if it's just my phone or, if it's something with YouTube. Because right now, they don't know what's happening. They don't know. I might as well work at YouTube. They ain't gonna. Here, watch out. Let me get in there and look around. All right, what's this button do? Okay, that didn't do nothing. Okay, what this say right here? To stop Kevin from Kevin's corner for being successful, push this button. Hey, y'all got a stop Kevin button in here? I thought you weren't supposed to see that. So anyway, thanks for hanging. Don't forget, on the way out, hit the like button, share my videos. If you want to donate to the channel, you can through my Cash App, my PayPal, or you can get some merch out of my Kevin's Corner store. Don't forget this number right here that's backwards, 330-974-4607. If you text MAGA to that number, me and you can stay connected just in case they unexist me here. Other than that, if you subscribe, make sure you turn the notification button on and go back through and check out some of the videos I've recently uploaded, because I'm sure you didn't get a notification. All right, God bless y'all. God bless America. I'm going out to do some salsa dancing tonight. Guantanamera.
This is awesome.
Whip out. Yeah. Take care.